What's up, you guys? So, this incident with Will Smith and Chris Rock is just getting crazier and crazier, and it will not go away like some of us thought it might. A lot of actors and comedians have given their commentary on the situation, with many being appalled by Will Smith's violence toward Chris Rock. And in many cases, it seems to be selective outrage because a lot of these people have been violent themselves. They're just upset that Will Smith was violent on the Oscar stage, but they've been violent in their own lives. And some of the men speaking out have been violent toward women, yet they're condemning Will Smith. One of the most outspoken comedians to express their opinion on Will Smith slapping Chris Rock has been Jim Carrey. Jim Carrey spoke with CBS Mornings earlier this week and said, quote, I was sickened. I was sickened by the standing ovation. I felt like Hollywood is just spineless in mass, and it really felt like this is a really clear indication that we're not the cool club anymore. And it's actually extremely hypocritical of Jim Carrey, of all people, to speak out against Will Smith when Jim Carrey assaulted Alicia Silverstone on stage when she was just a teenager. He forced her to kiss him on stage when she presented him with an award. And forcing a person to kiss you is just as violent as slapping someone, if you ask me. So we're going to get into that moment in a second. But first, I'd like to share how Jim Carrey has been rolling back his statement condemning Will Smith now that his own violent behavior on stage with Alicia Silverstone has resurfaced. He's not as judgmental against Will Smith today as he was last week, now that his own bad behavior has become a hot topic. And now he's turning to Jada and actually saying that Jada is a tough girl, quote unquote, tough girl, and doesn't need Will to defend her anyway. Now, I want to say this because I know some people who watch my videos may not be familiar with why calling a Black woman tough is triggering and such an issue for Black women in this country. Being called tough or strong in some contexts is a compliment. In general, it's not a bad thing to be tough or to be strong, but when you take into account the context of American culture and look at how Black women in this country have been treated and mistreated historically, and then called strong or tough, then you can see where calling a Black woman a tough girl is basically the same as saying, oh, she can take it. She can take the abuse. She can take the ridicule. She can take whatever nonsense is being thrown her way because she's a quote, tough girl. And that's just not okay. It's not okay and it's not true. Black women can't just take a licking and keep on ticking like some people think we can. We are not superhuman. Black girl magic is just a saying. We are just like every other human who gets hurt or gets attacked and wants protection. And for Jim Carrey to explicitly say, Jada's a tough girl, she can defend herself, is wrong because how does he know Jada can defend herself? What makes him think Jada is a tough girl? Is it her black skin? Is it her bald head? Is it her propensity to speak out against injustice? Is it the same thing that made Chris Rock call her G.I. Jane? Is that what makes her a tough girl? It seems to be his presumption and the American presumption that Black women are tough and can defend ourselves. When Black women in particular express the human desire to want to be protected when we are being attacked, we get ridiculed. And if any other race of people can express their vulnerability and their desire to want to be protected when they're being attacked, except Black women, then there's a problem. America has a problem seeing the vulnerability of Black women. And a lot of it is because of the stereotypes that Black women are loud and strong and tough girls, as Jim Carrey put it. And that stereotype hurts Black women in real life. As far as Jim Carrey is concerned, I specifically want to get into the video clip that's resurfaced that made him decide to switch sides and to start to defend Will Smith and say that Jada is tough and doesn't need protection. This is what has been resurfacing. So after Jim Carrey condemned Will Smith for slapping Chris Rock, which was wrong, Yasmin tweeted, says the guy who sexually assaulted Alicia Silverstone on stage. Now, this is the 1997 MTV Awards, and look what he did to Alicia Silverstone, who at the time of this video was 19 years old, and Jim Carrey was 35.
And the award goes to Jim Carrey, the cable guy. And the award goes to Jim Carrey, the cable guy.
So you see that weird walk when he's walking up to the stage, like that weird walk, like he's definitely getting ready to do something. And this is what he does. This is a teenage girl. He walks up, forces her to kiss him, and you can tell she's surprised and she's trying to be professional. She presents him with the award, but look at her face. Look at her face. Her face is like, what just happened? What just happened to me? And so Jasmine said, mind you, she was 19 and he was 35. Poor Alicia ran off stage in humiliation. The absolute entitlement he has to forcibly kiss a 19-year-old girl and then point fingers at Will Smith for being, quote, uncivilized. At least Will didn't sexually harass a teenager. And then she also posted this picture. This is what I shared on my community tab. She said, bruh, he also tried to force himself on Will Smith the very same night. You can't make this stuff up. And so this is Jim Carrey. I don't know if this is his tongue because it looks to be black, but this is Jim Carrey with something coming out of his mouth. And then he's grabbing Will Smith. It looks like this is supposed to be a comedic moment, but when you're catching people off guard, like how comedic is it? Like how comedic is it? But this is him, and it looks to be that he is trying to kiss Will Smith too. But I just want to point out the hypocrisy of Jim Carrey to condemn Will Smith when he's done what he's done on stage at the MTV Movie Awards in assaulting Alicia Silverstone. And then for him to call Will Smith uncivilized and then later turn and point the finger at Jada and say that she doesn't need protection, she's a tough girl, I can't help but point out the hypocrisy. Leave a comment and let me know what you think about it. As always, thanks for watching.